Hi everybody, it's 10th Man here bringing you yet another exciting X and Y Wi-Fi battle. And it's been way too long, even though God knows when I actually upload this battle. But hey, today is April 30th, and this is the first time I've narrated in at least a month. But here I've got a pretty exciting battle against Shaquille. I don't know if he has a YouTube channel or not, but he is an awesome OU battler. He's good at VGC. He's just a really good, underrated, and very unknown player. He's very, very good. And this was a pretty intense battle we had against each other. As you can see from the teams, we have three of the same exact thing. Rotom, Landorus, T, and Conkeldurr. And then I have Latios, he has Latias, and then two other things. He has a Scizor and a Sylveon, and I have a Mawile and Deoxys Speed. So, but it's definitely going to play out to be interesting because we really don't battle that much. And he wanted to, challenge me because apparently he always challenges me when I'm online, and I never noticed it until he tagged me in a Facebook post. So, without further ado, let's get this battle started. And oh my god, my screen is so dirty. I don't even notice that until I'm actually recording, but hey, whatever. But yeah, I believe he's going to lead out with the Conkeldurr, predicting my Rotom lead very, very nicely, and that is exactly what I choose to go out to, because Rotom, it's always been a great lead, and of course, he's most likely going to be the Assault Vest set, so I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch, not wanting to burn him, obviously, because he has Guts, and I'm just going to switch out, go into my Mawile, which is a very pretty shiny, my little shiny waifu, and I get the Intimidate off, and I expected the knockoff, which is why I went into Mawile, and that is exactly what he goes for. He can't knock off my Mega Stone because it's a Mega Stone, and yes, it did absolutely nothing. Not very often you'll see a knockoff do nothing, especially with an item already attached, so that's pretty cool, as let's go straight for the Mega Evolution, and I become the mighty, beautiful, shiny Mega Mawile. And no, it's not my own. I gen this one. But hey, who cares? It's pretty cool. But anyway, I'm going to go straight for the knockoff and just trying to knock off whatever switches in. But I don't see an item knocked off, so I know right away he's definitely a Mega Scizor, which is going to definitely be an issue if I don't take care of it quickly. So I just go into Landorus Firion as a pretty good check to most Scizors anyway. So he Mega Evolves into the extremely powerful Mega Scizor. And, yeah, what to do? It's just the threat and stuff. So, now, he's lucky I don't have Fire Fang on my Mawile, but, my other one does, but, he goes for the Roost, which is a pretty good play. I mean, I can't complain about that. But he switches out, and he goes out into his Rotom. Now, I, of course, this was a prime opportunity for me to get up my Stealth Rocks, because I know he's not going to stay in. So, I just go for the Stealth Rocks as he brings in the Rotom, as I just, now I'm going to switch out and go out into my own Conkeldurr, because Conkeldurr is an excellent Rotom check, as he himself is very intelligent, goes for the Volt Switch, and it does a little bit more to me than mine did to him, because I have more HP investment and less special defense investment, so... But hey, Assault Vest is still Assault Vest, so... As he gets the Intimidate, he goes into Landorus Firion and gets the Intimidate off on me, which is fine, I really don't care. But I obviously do not want to stay in on this crazy thing, so... Gonna be forced to switch out as I go in. What did I go into here? I Rotom, of course, because Rotom's a pretty good Landorus check. As he goes for the U-turn, getting Initiative, which is a great play. And doesn't really do too much to my Rotom because, Physical Defense of Rotom is awesome and it will always be awesome. So, as he now goes into his Sylveon, which is kind of scary because Sylveon can be a multitude of different things. It could be either the standard support set, or it could be Choice Specs, I don't know, but he shows leftovers, so I know it's not the pretty dangerous Choice Specs set, which just destroys everything of Pixelated boosted Hyper Voice. But anyway, I'm going to go straight for the Volt Switch against the Sylveon. I get a crit, which really didn't matter because it's, it doesn't do too much to the Sylveon anyway. But it gives me a pretty free switch into my Mega Mawile, so I'm not really too concerned as he ends up going for the Wish, which is fine by me. I really don't care that he went for the Wish. Now, I kind of anticipated him to go back into his Mega Scizor to take the player off, but I didn't think he would do that right away. He'd probably go into something else. But regardless, I wanted to go straight for the Play Rough, just to hit whatever pretty hard. As he goes into the Rotom, I knew Play Rough would do a pretty huge chunk. But of course, me and Play Rough just do not get along, and I miss. So that kind of sucks. So I don't get any good damage off on the Rotom, even though, the Wish might have restored him all the way back to full health. But as he now anticipates my Conkeldurr to switch back in, he goes for the Hydro Pump as I go into my Latios. And Latios actually threatens his entire team pretty nicely. So that's awesome, as he's pretty much forced to switch out. Goes into the Sylveon, predicting the Draco Meteor. I'm like, nuh-uh, I know that Sylveon's a thing, so gonna go straight for that Life Orb boosted Psyshock, and that's gonna do a crap load of damage to that Sylveon, so that's awesome. If I had Psychic, it probably would have killed, but, you know, Psyshock is usually preferred just to hit physical wall, or special walls like Chansey and Blissey, so that's why Psyshock's run. As he goes for the Protect, I just go for another Psyshock. Now, on this turn, with him scouting, I'm pretty sure he's going to go into his Mega Scizor this turn. I mean, I could have switched out, but I'm like, no. As he does end up going into the Mega Scizor, and I do carry the very nice boosted Thunderbolt, which is exactly what I'm going to go for this turn. I figured that Thunderbolt would knock out Sylveon from the range it was at, as I get a pretty crucial crit on the Mega Scizor, but I didn't like the damage. I didn't think a second one would kill Mega Scizor, so I switch out and going back into Landorus, as he probably is just going to go straight for the Roost, which is fine by me, I really don't care. But actually, no, he goes straight for the Bullet Punch, and I was pretty much, just in case he wanted to go for the Bullet Punch, I didn't want Latios to die, so I switched into Landorus just as a careful check, as now I threatened him with an Earthquake and will probably kill from that range. So, as he now goes into the Rotom, I know he's not going to want to stay in, because he wants to keep that Mega Scizor healthy, so I go straight for the U-turn, and boom, yes, we're making all the plays. So, going to switch out, going to, I believe my, oh, that's right, Deoxys. You know, I found out that he does not like Deoxys speed, because this also threatens his entire team, and I'm, going to threaten the, Rotom with a super powerful Life Orb boosted, Psycho Boost. Now, he didn't know if it was offensive or defensive at this point, but as soon as he saw Psycho Boost and probably saw the Life Orb recoil, I'm pretty sure he thought I was offensive, so, but yeah, I gotta take the Life Orb recoil. I really didn't care if he was Choice Scarf. I'm just gonna go straight for the knockoff, and down that Latios goes. Yes, sir. That's a huge defensive threat out of the way. Yes, Deoxys speed is such a man, and I don't know if it'll get banned eventually, but it might. But hey, as he now goes into the Landorus Furion, I do have the Ice Beam, and I figured that maybe after Stealth Rocks, even a -2 probably would kill. So I do just stay in and just go for the Ice Beam to get a humongous chunk of damage off on this thing. Sadly does not kill, which kind of surprised me, but hey, it's fine, as he goes for the U-turn anticipating my switch. But Deoxys actually lives that hit, which is very impressive. But he's just going to U-turn and switch, and he goes into his Conkeldurr. Excuse me, I had a little thing in my throat, but or a little, you know what I mean. But anyway, I don't want to take a Mach Punch. I don't want Deoxys to die just yet. I could use it for Death Fodder later on, so I'm just going to go into my Mega Mawile to take a Mach Punch. I really don't care, because it can take those hits. And boom, I don't take too much from that Mach Punch, because Mega Mawile is so bulky. That big base 125 defense, I think it has 95 special defense, and 50 HP. But anyway, he's going to sack his Landorus Furion to the Stealth Rocks as I go for the Play Rough, which is pretty nice. But he now goes back into the Mega Scizor. Now, I highly doubt I outspeed this thing, because I have enough speed to outpace just regular Scizor. I don't have enough speed to outspeed Mega Scizor, because Mega Scizor is base 75, and regular Scizor is base 65. So I know I can't outspeed it, as he ends up going for the Roost, which kind of sucks. I wish I could have, done something about it, but Sucker Punch won't work, and that kind of sucks. But it doesn't matter, because I still have my Landorus. And I predicted the Rotom switch, which is why I went for the Stone Edge. I think he just goes for another Roost. Now, I think he's trying to get all ready to set up here, and I'm like, oh god, this is not good, because he's probably that Swords Dance Roost set with either, Bullet Punch and maybe Bug Bite or Knockoff, I don't know. But I go for the U-turn because I keep thinking he's going to go into Rotom, and I don't want him to have a free switch into Rotom. So I'm just going to go into my own Rotom here, predicting, just to do whatever, as he goes for the Swords Dance, and I'm like, well, shit. This isn't a terrible thing, because I can just burn him with my Rotom and go from there. So I get some health back, and I don't have too much to fear, as he just set up pretty much the Swords Dance for no reason, because he doesn't want to get burned. So But now he goes into the Sylveon, and I believe I just burn him. Or no. Why did I go for Hydro Pump? Oh, I think I know. I think I predicted his Conkeldurr. I think that's why I went for Hydro Pump. Because I knew he wouldn't want to stay in because he didn't want to take the burn. So, boom, go in for the Hydro Pump, and down goes the Sylveon. I don't know if a Volt Switch would have killed from that range. Probably would have been able to, but I don't know. Just wanted to be safe, go for the Hydro Pump, and I obviously didn't want a Volt Switch because I didn't want anything else taking a hit from Mega Scizor. But I get another crit of Volt Switch because Rotom's a crit machine, I guess, even though they don't really matter that much. But anyway, I'm going to sack off my Deoxys right here and now because it just makes sense. I mean, I don't want anything else taking a huge hit from it. If he goes for Drain Punch, I don't want him recovering any HP. He actually predicts my Landorus to switch in there, which is why he went for the Ice Punch. And Deoxys goes down, but hey, it did a great amount of... It did enough work just taking care of Latias. So that was pretty nice, as I just go straight for the Play Rough here on the Conkeldurr, and down goes that. So now I don't have to really worry about my Rotom burning things anymore. But excuse me, I don't know what's wrong with my throat again, but whatever. Out comes the Mega Scizor, and I think I just go straight into my Rotom because I want to burn it. I have nothing to fear from Conkeldurr anymore, as he actually gets going for the U-turn. So now I know he's U-turn, Bullet Punch, Swords Dance, and Roost. I think he got a crit on that U-turn. I don't know if I can't remember. I looked away, but it's whatever. Anyway, he goes back into his Rotom. I think he's down to just his Rotom and his Mega Scizor at this point. I still have 5 guys, but if he sets up Swords Dance, I'm in trouble. And I actually find out he is Resto Chesto Rotom, and it's a set that I have never liked. I just don't like it. I don't know why. I don't know why I never liked it, but I don't. Anyway, I just go straight for the Volt Switch because there's no really point of me staying in. So, just going to switch out, and I go out into my Latios because why not? Latios is a humongous, powerful thing. But now I predict him to go out into the Mega Scizor, and I just go straight back into my Rotom. I think he just goes for the Will-O-Wisp here, which I guess wasn't a bad play, but, oh, excuse me, I burped. But anyway, what I think he just left in his Rotom his Death Fodder to the Draco. That way he could just set up a Mega Scizor and try to sweep. I think that's what his goal was there, but, as he just goes for the Hydro Pump, I don't necessarily need Rotom at this point. I would like to get some residual damage on his own Rotom, which is why I go for the Will-O-Wisp of my own, which will wear this Rotom down very nicely. And I know he's just trying to get a free switch in with his Mega Scizor and try to Swords Dance. Especially after Rotom dies, I can't burn him. I can intimidate him with Landorus, but that's about it. But he makes a very odd play here, and he goes for the rest yet again. I personally don't agree with that play, because now this gives me a prime opportunity to, as I get another crit with with Volt Switch. That's 3 critical hit Volt Switches. This gives me a prime opportunity. I haven't revealed it the entire game, but I do have the Swords Dance. Yes, sir, I do have that mighty Swords Dance, and since that Mega Scizor is going to take a little bit more rocks damage, and of course Mega Mawile has that huge power ability, I'm going to get a humongous attack boost. And, he's pretty much, it's now or never for him. He's pretty much forced to go for the Swords Dance of his own, which I completely understand, because his priority outspeed's fine anyway. But I go for the +2 knockoff. That knocks out that Mega Scizor from that range. Hell yeah, Mega Mawile is my waifu, and that is just awesome. Mega Mawile is such a freaking threat, it's ridiculous. Just wow. And all he has left is the Sleeping Rotom, and I could just go for the knockoff to finish off the battle. And that was an awesome game. I mean, it was a 5-0 in my favor, but here's the thing. It was a 33 turn match. There was a well-played battle on both ends. This is why I'm uploading this. It was a great battle. I mean, we really didn't have too much of a different team. It really came down to, what was played and everything. I mean, Deoxys actually turned out to be a huge thing, because if Deoxys didn't get rid of Latias, it would have been a lot more would have had a lot more problems. But yeah, guys, that was the battle. I hope to get this uploaded soon, but we'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Rate, comment, sub, and later, guys.